Hello everyone, today I'm discussing objections against rhinoplasty, known as a nose job. If you tell people you're interested in getting one, you may get some pushback. I'm going to share with you objections people have against rhinoplasty, and then I will refute them. Hopefully, with my arguments, you'll be able to dispel misconceptions people may have about rhinoplasty. Objection number 1. You won't look like yourself. On Glee, there's an episode about Rachel announcing her nose job to those in her Glee club. She shows them pictures of what it could look like after surgery. Will chimes in and says, "That doesn't really look like you." To that I say, a nose job that is tastefully done probably will go unnoticed by people if you don't tell them. It will especially be less noticeable if you're very swollen. At least with swelling, your nose will gradually become more refined over time. This gives people time to get used to your nose at a subconscious level, giving the illusion that your nose doesn't look that different. People might know that you look great, but they can't explain why. New haircut? Different makeup? A change in your wardrobe? People see your face as a whole, while you may only fixate on the nose. When you're seen with your new nose, if done right, it should blend in with the rest of your features after a few months. You can always morph your nose on apps like Facetune or Photoshop to see how different you would look with your dream nose. Some surgeons have a simulation program in their office as well. They can show you what your nose could look like after surgery. I don't look too terribly different. Actually, I look like my younger self between the ages of 10 and 13. You may have the same results, having a nose similar to the one you had before adolescence. Objection number 2. What about your partner, and what if your kids get your nose? The ideal situation would be to get a nose job after you've settled down with a partner. After all, your other half knows what you look like pre-op and supposedly loves you as you are physically. It won't come as a big shock after surgery since they already knew your biological nose. They probably didn't notice anything wrong with it anyway. You don't have to go through that awkward confession. I got a nose job and this is what my nose used to look like. After which, you show your partner the pictures of your old nose and dread what might happen next. Is the relationship over? Would they have fallen in love with me if I still had my old nose? I feel like I deceived my partner about my genetics. After all, if someone is attracted to you physically, then they also like your genetic makeup and accept that those genes could be passed on to your offspring. Before entering a relationship, tell them what surgeries you got done if there's a chance a child could be conceived, or if you're planning a family together. They have every right to know what your true genetic makeup is. Furthermore, your children might not get your nose at all. Sometimes genes can surprise us and give us children with a nose from generations ago. I know of a man who has a prominent hook nose. His mother and his father didn't have this nose at all. He apparently got it from my grandmother. So the opposite can happen to you. You inherited a larger nose, but your child could inherit a nose from a generation with smaller noses. If your partner and his family have a normal sized nose, chances are your child could inherit their type of nose. But what if my kids do get my nose? You won't know for sure until they are teenagers. Until then, don't say anything about your surgery if they haven't expressed dislike or concern about their nose. If they do open up about being insecure about their nose and want to change it, then it's time to have an honest conversation about their options and reveal to them what you got done. Another thing you can do before surgery is to plan on preserving the ethnicity of your nose. For example, if you happen to be black with flared nostrils and a bulbous tip, you can reduce the size of your nostrils slightly while still retaining its unique shape. The same with the tip. Get some of the cartilage taken out of the tip while still keeping the original ethnic shape. Objection number 3. Your nose could turn out worse after surgery. Yes, your nose could get botched, but normally in the right hands, you end up with a nose that flatters your face. Not only should it look better, but also the nose should be 100% functional. Your nose, however, may have minor flaws. In my case, my nostrils are naturally uneven, but because of my droopy tip, the asymmetry went unnoticed. Around 6 months post-op, I noticed that my nostrils were uneven since the tip was higher. Look diligently for the right surgeon who has experience operating on noses like yours. One great tip I heard from a YouTuber was, get a surgeon who is an expert in revision rhinoplasty, because if he is great at fixing another surgeon's work, he should definitely be just as great at getting your nose right the first time. Objection number 4. People will think I'm vain. To that I say, most of us are vain to some degree, some more than others. Who knows, maybe someone you know got something done, but you never knew about it. Even if nobody you know has gotten plastic surgery, it's no reason to feel ashamed and judge. If you are uncomfortable about your nose and it's persisted over the years, it's your choice to do something about it. You are not vain for wanting to achieve more facial symmetry. After all, the face is the number one tool we use for communication. If our nose is in the spotlight, our other nice features get overlooked. If the nose blends in, then every feature gets positive attention. Some might judge you because they themselves would like to change something but can't. Others might not know what it's like to have exaggerated features, so they might be dismissive of your desire to change something about yourself. In the end, only you have to live with your nose every day, not them. It's your money you are spending, not theirs. Your happiness is on the line, while they have their own to deal with. Those are all of the objections that may get thrown at you. Hopefully my arguments are helpful. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.